So as we begin our 20-minute hips and hamstrings, we'll start on our back as we always do. Again, lifting up through the heart space using your rolled towel or bolster or even a block. Support your head. And as you make your way down, if it's comfortable for you this morning, bring the legs into butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. So again, I don't want you first thing opening and having to hold and use your inner thigh muscles. So if this is too much and you feel like you're really struggling with the knees, just grab some pillows or something to put underneath the thighs. So make yourself super comfortable. Close down the eyes, hands to the belly, and a hand to the heart. And just use these opening minutes here to just check in with yourself. Check in with your breath. Notice if maybe the breath might seem a little choppy, a little fast. Sometimes when we hurry to the mat, sometimes when technology doesn't play out like we want it to, yes, we need to really center and really concentrate on fluid, equal length breaths. So find 3 in your body this morning. I had a quote from one of my favorite teachers that said, breath is the language of our nervous system. We can tell ourselves to calm down, but sometimes telling ourselves doesn't work. Breath talks to the nervous system. So let the breath be the language this morning for whatever you need. To draw the breath in through the nose, maybe to pause, maybe to take one more full sip. And then to slowly exhale the breath out of the nose. And then we'll blink the eyes open, hands to the outside of the thighs to draw the knees together. Roll off to one side. Let's remove the props. And come back down onto the back body. Take a big full body stretch here. Just waking up. I can feel my abs from yesterday. Good. And then just relax the body like you were a pool of water. Just relax it down to the mat. Take a full deep breath in and a slow breath out. And then on your next inhale, pull both knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze in. So much of a squeeze in that you let the hips, the tailbone round up with you. Just beginning to find some space in the glutes and in the back body. Take a full breath here. If it feels good to rock, take a nice little massage between the hip points. And then we're going to hold the right knee in and we're going to hover the left leg long, flexing through both feet. So just take a moment and just relax the shoulders and the face. And as you draw the breath in, draw the belly in so you can feel the spine supported on your mat. And on the exhale, curl the nose towards the knee. And then slowly release down and switch sides. So right leg is going to hover, left knee is going to come in, draw these shoulders and head off of the mat towards the knee. And in your own time now, alternate back and forth. And your choice, you can leave the shoulders and head up, or you can release them down in between. So just beginning to bring some lotion into the hip joints, into the back of the glutes, activating through the belly. 2 more each side. And then release, shoulders, head come down, let the feet come down to the mat, heel toe them to the edge of your mat so that they're wide. And we're just gonna windshield wiper, so dropping the knees to one side, nice and slow, First, to just feel the stretch through the quad and maybe the outer hip, maybe the IT band. And then inhale, we'll bring them back up to center and just drop them to the other side. So again, your body, your breath, move through your windshields, pausing where you need to pause. If you feel any tightness, just spend a moment with the breath. Talk to that nervous system. No fight or flight here. And then continue back and forth. And then drop them over to one side. Again, we're going to pause here for a couple breaths. Maybe you pick up the ankle and place it on the outside of the thigh to just deepen the stretch. Again, hip to knee. Just an option. Draw 2 breaths. Nice, and then we move that, come back, feet wide, windshield wiper. And then drop to the other side, hold there. Drawing the knee closer towards the mat, just getting a nice stretch into the side of the hip. Maybe you place the ankle on the outside of the thigh. Let the weight of that leg just deepen the stretch for you. Enjoy 2 rounds of breath. And then release that. Drop the knees again, right and left. And then the next time you're over to one side, go ahead, roll all the way over and come to a seat. And in this seat, we're just going to place the feet wide in front of us, knees bent. Your hands are going to come behind the body, fingers toward your back. And as you press into your feet, again, the thighs and the feet are parallel. Press into your palms as well and get the lift through the chest. And then notice here what it's like to zigzag, windshield wiper here. Move slow. Notice how different it might feel alignment-wise with your spine and your chest. And then pause at center. Kind of walk that left foot out just a little bit so that you can place the right ankle on the left thigh. Coming into a seated figure 4 pose. Once you arrive there and you have that right foot flexed on the thigh, maybe you walk the left foot in, maybe you press through the arms a little bit more, keeping the chest lifted, don't let it collapse. So you get to choose the intensity. Slide that foot down if this hip is tight, or pull it in, press through the hands, keep the foot flexed. Take a nice full deep breath here. Use the breath to calm the nervous system. Use the breath to soften through the stretch. Big breath in and a slow exhale out. We're here for 5 breaths. Just take the time. Chest is lifted, shoulder tips back. A little bit of a 2 for 1 here. 3 more breaths. Then nice and slow, and we do this on our back. We're going to take this whole leg structure and we're just going to rotate it over toward the left, so that right sole of the foot is going to come down on the mat. And as it does, we're going to press our way up to sit and find a twist. It's a little clunky, but get your, there you go, perfect, good. So as you hug that knee in, again, feel the stretch in the back of the glutes. Get nice and long. Option here, hug in and just stay here if you feel the stretch, or if you want to add a twist, maybe you just draw the arm around the knee, bring the right hand behind you, lift up. Nice stretch right through the low back, through the glute, through the outer hip. And breathe here. On your next breath, bring the torso forward and just take a counter stretch to the other side, just a little bow. And then as you come back up, see if you can slide that front foot off to the side. So you're stacking through the knees, coming into what we call cow face leg pose. It is a big hip opener. So if it's not feasible this morning to stack the knees, take the option of just extending the left leg out. Flex through the feet, spine is nice and tall. Notice where you feel the stretch here. If you're taking cow face pose, maybe bringing the hands to the balls of the feet, giving yourself a nice little massage to the arch of the foot and to the toes. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Good. Take the hands behind you again. Let's unravel. Bring the legs out wide. Take your heated windshield wipers. Just rinse out those hips. And then we're going to take it to the opposite side. So as you bring the knees back up, again, the hands are facing towards your hips. Slide the right leg down a little bit so that you can put the left ankle on top of the thigh. Flex that left foot, replant the right foot, and then press the chest, lift the chest, spine nice and long. And then you decide here, slide that right foot into a more intense stretch, or maybe the left side's a little bit tighter, so you slide it out. Wherever you are, 5 breaths here. Chest is up, belly is in. Nice and easy. As we stay for the 5 breaths, maybe you notice you can pull the right foot in just a bit more. An invitation to go a little bit deeper as the body relaxes into the pose. Use your breath. And then just like we did on the other side, we're going to slowly lower the left foot down towards the mat. As it hits the mat, press your way up onto your sit bones. Squeeze the left knee in. Your choice, taking the arm around the knee for the twist or just hugging the knee in. So if you're twisting with me, left hand comes behind, we use that like a kickstand to get super tall. And then we squeeze the left knee in towards the body. So it's not so much about a twist into the spine here. I'd like you to feel into the low back, the outer hip, the back of the left glute, squeezing in using your breath. And just feel what you feel here. 2 more rounds of breath. And then we'll release that. We'll bring the torso back forward. And here, if it's available to you, different side. Slide the left foot off towards that right hip. Right foot towards the left hip, stacking through the knees. Again, if this is a much tighter side, just take that right leg out and then walk the left foot around so that the knees kind of stack. Just a little bit. Sit up nice and tall. Again, if you are in cow face legs, maybe again, that nice little massage to the feet. And then find some stillness here, 3 breaths. Super powerful pose. Bring the hands behind you again. Come up on tented fingers, unravel, Bring the feet flat. Let's take that windshield wiper, just rinse it out. Next time the knees are right, hold there. Pick up that left hand, bring it across the body to the other side. Just find a nice big stretch through the whole back body. Take a big breath. And then swoop that hand back around, drop the knees over to the other side. Right arm comes across the body, off on a diagonal. Take the little stretch there. And then coming back around, knees come up. Take a seat, roll over your knees. We'll come on to all fours. Taking a couple cat and cows, just getting that tailbone lifted, the heart lifted, let the belly drop, and then tuck everything in. Tailbone tucks, chin tucks. One or two more, just like that. And then returning to that neutral table, I'll do the left side since that's where I'm facing you. Pick up that left hand, pick up that left knee, and just walk that left foot forward. So we just pick up the hand to give us space to get there, to come into a low lunge. So as you arrive in your low lunge, just set that right knee back a little bit so you're not right on top of the knee. Allow yourself to bring the hands to the thighs, come out of the pose to just square off the hips and then sink down. So beginning to work into the right hip flexor. As you squeeze that front heel and knee together, you kind of activate through the quads and the hamstring. Take a full breath. Then return the hands to the mat. Peel the hips back. Half split pose. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Pause for a moment as you re-tuck in the belly. And think here, heart to toes. Lift the toes up towards the ceiling. Find some length here in the back of the neck. Back of the leg. Sorry, my thing just went off. Full breath. Then we'll walk it back forward, replanting the left foot. Take one more low lunge, stretch into the hip flexor. Hands inside the foot. Send the left foot back. Find your table. Flow a cat and a cow. And we'll move to the other side. So picking up that right hand, pick up the right knee, shift the right foot forward, low lunge here. So arriving knee over ankle. Bring the hands to the thighs, come out of the pose, level out the hips, level out your gaze, drop it forward. Notice again, stretch here, left psoas, left hip flexor. Full deep breath. And releasing that, plant the hands, shift the hips back, finding half splits, walk the fingers underneath the shoulders, then lift the toes, press through that heel, find length in the calf, in the ankle, and in the hamstring. Full deep breath here. Heart to toes. Resetting the foot down, walk it forward, low lunge, one last time. Just hips coming forward till you feel that stretch. Then plant the hands inside that right foot. Send the right knee back to meet the left. Cat and a cow. And coming back to a neutral tabletop here, bring the big toe mounds together. Let the knees go as wide as you can. Wide, wide, wide. Then sink the hips back to the heels. Finding your block or making a pillow with stacking your hands. Elbows are wide. Drop the forehead down to the mat, to your hands, to a block. Let the breath soften the upper body into the space you've created. Again, an opening here for the outer hips and the inner thighs. So use your breath. Deep breath in. And a slow breath out. And this is where we'll close the practice this morning. So as we said at the beginning, shut your device off. Find a few moments with yourself in gratitude that you spent this time to center yourself, to begin your day, and whatever it is that you do. I wish you a beautiful day. Stay safe. Namaste.